Hey, this is going to be commentary for chapter 34 of my book Metadimensional, which you can find on Kindle or listen to for free as an audiobook on Google Play. Links are in the description. So chapter 33 is called Cerebral Allusions. It continues from where the previous chapter left off. So once you realize that experience is fundamental and that no physical process can produce it, then you also understand that the brain cannot produce it, and therefore you understand that the brain being a physical thing, physical element. And then you come to a realization that the brain cannot be the thing that produces experience, therefore it does something else. You realize that it is an interface. And therefore, there's something else you realize is that whatever happens in the relation between your experience, or between experience and the brain, is not captured completely by this thing we call a brain. There's more to it than the things that we can capture in physical processes, and therefore it's not the whole story. And therefore we should not expect it to be the whole story. And once we relax that expectation, then we can look at it for what it is, for what it can do, for what it can help us. So we stop thinking about recreating ourselves, because we know there's a part of ourselves that we cannot create, which is experience. We cannot create it any more than we can create ourselves at the next moment. We don't do it actively. It's just, it is inevitable that we will continue to exist, continue to, insofar as we are alive, but if we don't, I'm not going to go deep into that, but we cannot stop experience any more than we can start it. So when we look at the brain, we can start thinking about, okay, this is not supposed to be a replacement of us. Yes, we try to use it, let's say the artificial neural network computation model, we try to use it to create something that mocks us, that creates something like an experiential agent. We tried and made a lot of success doing that, but we haven't created anything experiential, or at least we don't need to. It works even absent any reliance on anything experiential. It works exactly the same. So we made some progress in creating that, but that doesn't mean that we created the thing that we were inspired by. The thing that we were inspired by is ourselves, and we haven't created ourselves. And that's fine. We don't need to assume that we will create ourselves this way. Again, any more than we should assume that we are creating our experience. We're not creating it, we just it. So it opens the door to relax those expectations of creating actually creating sentience out of nothing. And instead, just focus on what we have there. We have this piece of technology inside our skull that we can use for various means. So one usage we found for it is artificial intelligence. Now, artificial intelligence, if you look at it as trying to create sentience, well, it failed on that. At least, we haven't made there's not even a single reason to believe we have proof that through artificial intelligence we created sentience. We don't have a proof for that. We can believe that's what happened based on behaviors, but we can never go into the first person and verify it. But what we can see is that what we actually did is an extension of our brain. Think about it, if you ask ChatGPT a question, then what does it do? It goes into called the neural network of the World Wide Web, information from everything, and presents us a story that we can understand. What does the brain do for experience? It connects all the neurons in the body, all the sensory stimulation, visual, smells, balance, all that stuff, and produces perspective for us. It does the same function, only on a different step on the information processing chain. So it works exactly as expected. It does exactly what the brain does. And just as the brain doesn't produce experience, so does artificial intelligence not produce experience. And that's a good usage of it, because it does exactly what it's intended. But of course, that's not everything that the brain does. Another thing that the brain does is being a place for experience to intersect with, something that experience can be. That's a completely different function from the function that of artificial intelligence, but it's a worthy function, because if we knew how to create something to which experience could lead, something that our experience could be, then we could extend our lives indefinitely. We could just leap from our bodies to that artificial brain while preserving our memories and continue living as that. That would be another usage of this architecture, like the inspiration of the architecture we find in our biology, in the brain. That would be another usage of it. And so this kind of taking inspiration from the brain, instead of trying to create ourselves, just take inspiration and build useful tools. This is what I call cerebral allusions. Allusion is something that is used usually in literature or in arts, where you take inspiration from something else, like from a different artwork or something like that, and refer to it. And by referring to it, you enrich the thing that you create. So we're taking an allusion from our biology, from our brain's biology, to create things that are useful for us, new things. It shouldn't be taken as the quest of just rebuilding ourselves, because again, that's impossible. But that doesn't mean that we should stop and never investigate it. It is very useful. It just the horizon of it shouldn't be its horizon at the moment, because that horizon is, according to this theory, impossible to realize. But now you'd ask, is that all? Can we just create like vanilla artificial brains that we can become and live forever? And the other usage of this brain architecture is artificial intelligence, and that's it? Well, it would have been, but then you have to really consider all our assumptions about our psyche are based on a now invalidated model, where there's the brain that produces experience, produces everything, intelligence, all that stuff. That's gone. So before we stop our investigation or assumptions on that level, we should now reevaluate how it is exactly that the intersection of our experience with our body works. What is there? What are the components that are involved there? And well, that will go in the next chapter. By the way, there's not a lot of people watching this, and those who do, that's great. It does, I think, a lot of good if you like the videos, because that makes it pop up for other people. And this is like having like one or two people watching this. Maybe if you press like, and if you like it, if you're watching this, if you're following this, then there will be maybe one person more or two people more. And if this is worth your time, maybe it's worth someone else's time. Just how the algorithms work. So I don't really care about whether, if you watch this, then I guess you care about this enough for me to appreciate it. The like is not to show me that you like it. The like is to make it show on other people's feed.